Are you making these mistakes with your eggs? If you're over 60, what you do in the kitchen might be harming your health more than you think. Today, we're diving into some everyday egg habits that could be turning your favorite breakfast into a health risk. Stay with me because this could change the way you cook forever. I've been hearing from many seniors who love eggs but are confused about why some of them end up feeling off after a meal. Maybe you've noticed a bit of fatigue or digestive issues after enjoying what should be a power-packed protein meal. Eggs have long been seen as a simple, nutritious food, but if you're not careful with how you prepare them, you might be missing out on their benefits, or worse, inviting problems into your life. Today, we're going to break down the mistakes that make eggs harmful to your health and what you can do to avoid them. Let's start by talking about what eggs really bring to the table. Eggs are a great source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. But like many things in life, the benefits depend on how you handle them. When you reach a certain age, your body can be more sensitive to the way foods are cooked and processed. Simple mistakes in preparation, storage, or even the way you combine eggs with other ingredients can turn a healthy meal into one that may not be so friendly. One common error is overcooking. Many of us grew up with the idea that the harder an egg is cooked, the safer it is to eat. But overcooking eggs can actually change their chemical structure, reducing the availability of some key nutrients. When eggs are cooked too long or at too high a temperature, the proteins tighten up too much. This not only makes the egg harder to digest, but it can also lead to the formation of compounds that might be more difficult for your body to process. For someone whose metabolism isn't as quick as it used to be, this extra strain can result in discomfort or even contribute to inflammation. Another mistake is the combination of eggs with the wrong fats. We often hear that fats are bad, but the truth is, they're essential in moderation. However, many older adults add a lot of butter or processed oils when frying eggs. Not only does this increase the calorie count, but it can also lead to unhealthy cholesterol levels, which is a big concern for anyone looking to stay heart healthy. Imagine preparing your eggs in a way that adds extra saturated fats without you even realizing it. This can lead to clogged arteries and other heart issues that we'd all rather avoid. Then there's the matter of storage. Eggs are delicate, and storing them incorrectly can lead to bacterial growth, even if the eggs are pasteurized. Many seniors don't realize that keeping eggs in the door of the fridge, where the temperature fluctuates, can be a major issue. Instead, storing eggs on a stable shelf can help keep them at a consistent, safe temperature. This small change might seem insignificant, but when it comes to your health, every detail matters. You might also be surprised to learn that the way you prepare eggs can affect how well your body absorbs their nutrients. For instance, mixing eggs with acidic ingredients like tomatoes or citrus might sound like a tasty idea, but in some cases it can interfere with the absorption of protein. As we age, our digestive systems aren't as efficient as they once were, and even minor changes in our diet can have big consequences. It's important to know how to pair your foods properly so that you get the most out of every bite. Another potential pitfall is using eggs from sources that aren't of high quality. Not all eggs are created equal, and the conditions in which hens are raised can make a huge difference. Eggs from chickens that are fed a poor diet or kept in cramped conditions might have lower nutritional value and can even carry a higher risk of contamination. For seniors, who might already be dealing with weakened immune systems, consuming these eggs can be an unnecessary risk. It's crucial to choose eggs that come from reputable sources, preferably those that are organic or free-range, as they tend to have a better nutrient profile and lower levels of harmful substances. We also have to consider the cooking method. Boiling, frying, scrambling, and poaching each have their pros and cons. For example, poached eggs, when done correctly, are a gentle cooking method that preserves most of the egg's nutrients. But if you poach eggs in water that's too hot or for too long, you can still end up with a rubbery texture that makes them harder to digest. On the other hand, frying eggs might seem like the easiest method, but unless you're careful with the type of oil and the cooking time, you can end up with a meal that's loaded with extra fats and calories. This is especially risky if you're already watching your cholesterol and heart health. One mistake that often goes unnoticed is not allowing eggs to come to room temperature before cooking. Cold eggs straight from the fridge take longer to cook evenly, and that extra time on the heat can lead to overcooking on the outside, while the inside remains less than ideal. Letting your eggs warm up a bit before cooking can help them cook more uniformly, preserving the delicate balance of nutrients and texture that makes them so appealing. Now let's talk about the impact of additives and preservatives. Some people like to add salt, pepper, or even more exotic spices to their eggs. While seasoning can enhance flavor, it's important not to overdo it. Excessive salt can lead to high blood pressure, a common issue for seniors. Additionally, many pre-made egg dishes or liquid egg products often contain preservatives that can negatively affect your health over time. When you're trying to eat healthy, especially as you get older, keeping things as natural as possible is usually the best approach. There's also the issue of portion size. Eggs are rich in nutrients, but that doesn't mean you should eat too many in one sitting. Overeating eggs can lead to an imbalance in your diet, causing issues like high cholesterol or digestive problems. It's all about moderation. For seniors, the recommended amount might be different from what younger people can consume without issues. Listening to your body and understanding your unique needs is key. Another subtle mistake involves how eggs are incorporated into your overall diet. If you're pairing eggs with too many carb-heavy or fatty sides, you could be negating the benefits of the protein in the eggs. A balanced meal is important, especially for older adults. When planning your meals, think about how each component affects your health. For instance, adding a side of leafy greens or a piece of fruit can help balance out the meal and provide additional vitamins and fiber, which are essential for digestion and overall wellness. Many seniors also tend to stick with old recipes without questioning whether they are still the healthiest choices. Just because something has been passed down in the family doesn't mean it's the best option for your body as it ages. Over time, your nutritional needs change, and it might be worth revisiting some of those classic recipes to see if there's a better way to prepare them. Perhaps you can experiment with steaming instead of frying, or try baking instead of scrambling. Small tweaks can have a big impact on your overall health. One point that often goes unmentioned is the role of cholesterol in eggs. For years, eggs have been demonized because of their cholesterol content. However, recent research shows that for most people, eating eggs in moderation doesn't necessarily raise blood cholesterol levels. But here's the catch. If you're making mistakes in how you cook or combine them with other unhealthy foods, you might be putting yourself at risk. It's not just about the eggs themselves, it's about the whole meal and the cumulative effect on your heart health and metabolism. Let's not forget about the timing of your meals. Many older adults find that their bodies react differently depending on when they eat. Eating eggs first thing in the morning might be perfect for some, but if your digestive system is sensitive, you might be better off waiting a bit or pairing them with foods that are easier on your stomach. Listening to your body and experimenting with mealtimes can help you figure out what works best. If you notice that eating eggs on an empty stomach causes discomfort, try having a light snack beforehand. We need to talk about the long-term effects of these mistakes. It might seem like a small thing now, a bit too much oil here, a little overcooking there, but over time, these habits can add up. When you're in your 70s or 80s, your body doesn't bounce back as easily from these accumulated mistakes. Poor nutrition and harsh cooking methods can contribute to a host of health problems, from heart disease to arthritis, and even impact your brain function. By making small changes now, you're not only enjoying a better meal today, you're investing in a healthier tomorrow. Think about the stories of people you know. Maybe you've heard about someone who loved eggs but kept experiencing health issues, only to discover that a few simple changes in their kitchen routine made a huge difference. It could be a neighbor, a family member, or even a friend from your community center. The takeaway here is that small adjustments in how you prepare your eggs can lead to big improvements in how you feel every day. Your body is smart. It lets you know when something isn't right. Don't ignore those signals. Now let's dive a bit deeper into one of the most common pitfalls, overcooking. When eggs are cooked for too long, the proteins bind tightly, and it's like your body has to work harder to break them down. This can lead to digestive discomfort, especially if your stomach is already a bit sensitive. Instead of boiling eggs until they're rock hard, try leaving them a little soft. Soft-cooked eggs retain more of their natural nutrients, and the proteins remain in a form that's easier for your body to absorb. This can be particularly important if you're trying to maintain muscle strength and overall vitality as you age. Then there's the matter of combining eggs with other foods. Many recipes call for adding cheese, bacon, or other high-fat ingredients to scrambled eggs. While these additions can boost flavor, they also increase the risk of heart issues if you're not careful. It's all about balance. Consider adding vegetables like spinach, tomatoes, or mushrooms to your eggs instead. Not only do they bring extra nutrients to the table, but they also help balance out the meal, making it easier on your system. Simple swaps like this can transform a potentially harmful meal into one that truly nourishes your body. Another big mistake is not being mindful of the cooking oil. When frying eggs, many people default to using large amounts of butter or vegetable oil. The problem isn't the fat itself, but the type and quantity you're using. For older adults, using a small amount of a healthier oil, like olive oil, can make a huge difference. Olive oil is known for its anti-inflammatory properties and can actually help reduce the risk of heart disease. So next time you fry an egg, try using just a teaspoon of olive oil instead of a big glug of butter. Let's talk about seasoning for a minute. It might seem trivial, but the amount of salt you add to your eggs can have a serious impact on your blood pressure. Many recipes call for a generous pinch of salt, but as you age, your body becomes more sensitive to sodium. Consider using herbs and spices like pepper, turmeric, or a squeeze of lemon instead. These not only add flavor, but also offer their own health benefits without the risk of raising your blood pressure. The quality of your eggs can also be a game changer. If you're buying eggs from a big supermarket, you might not be getting the best quality. Look for eggs that are labeled as organic or free-range whenever possible. These eggs tend to have a better nutritional profile and lower risks of contamination. Even though they might cost a bit more, think of it as an investment in your long-term health. A higher quality egg means you're getting the good stuff without the added risks that come with lower quality products. Sometimes it's the little habits that we don't even think about that end up causing issues. For example, have you ever noticed how some people crack their eggs directly onto the counter? It might seem like a small detail, but if you're not careful, you could be introducing bacteria from the shell into your food. Always make sure to crack your eggs on a clean surface and wash your hands afterward. This simple step can prevent potential health issues down the line. Now, I want to share a story that really highlights how these small mistakes can add up. My neighbor Tom used to love his eggs every morning. He would fry them up in a generous amount of butter and toss in some bacon bits for extra flavor. For years, he didn't notice anything wrong, but over time, he began feeling more tired than usual, and his doctor mentioned concerns about his cholesterol levels. When Tom finally decided to change his habits, switching to poached eggs with a bit of olive oil and adding some spinach, the improvement in his energy and overall health was dramatic. It just goes to show that sometimes tweaking the way you prepare something as simple as eggs can lead to big health benefits. Let's sum it all up. Eggs are an amazing source of nutrition, but the way you handle them can make a huge difference, especially as you get older. Overcooking, using too much unhealthy fat, improper storage, poor pairing with other foods, and neglecting the quality of your eggs can all turn this nutritious food into a potential health risk. By making a few small changes, like cooking them gently, using healthier fats, and pairing them with vegetables, you can keep enjoying eggs without compromising your health. So the next time you're in the kitchen, take a moment to rethink your egg routine. Consider letting them come to room temperature before cooking, avoid overcooking, and always opt for quality eggs. These small adjustments might seem like nothing at first, but over time, they can add up to a significant boost in your health and well-being. Your body is constantly telling you what it needs, and paying attention to these signals can help you live a longer, healthier life. Before we wrap up, I want you to really think about your daily habits. Look at the way you prepare your food and ask yourself, are there small changes I can make today that will benefit me tomorrow? It might be as simple as switching from butter to olive oil when frying your eggs, or perhaps choosing a different cooking method altogether. Remember, your health is the sum of all your daily choices, and every little bit counts. As we close out today's video, keep in mind that learning how to cook healthy isn't just about following a recipe. It's about understanding your body's needs and adapting over time. Every mistake is a lesson, and every adjustment is a step toward a healthier you. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Small changes in your kitchen can lead to big changes in your life. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and most importantly, listen to your body. Your journey to better health is in your hands, and even something as simple as the way you cook your eggs can play a significant role in that journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Watch the next video.